Alright, so here are the basics of using proportions to find a missing side in similar polygons. Okay, so what I need to do is I got to definitely make sure I pick sides that are provided. Okay, so on this AC, I have a 25, I got to use that. Alright, now we should know that we have a corresponding of 10, it's nice, easily seen. And so I'm going to see that even though this is a variable, it's still given. And its corresponding piece is 6. So I am not going to use this side because it is not given. I don't get to just put anything there I want. So this is a big, we're not using that guy at all. Alright, so here's what we do. We're just going to set up proportions. If you can't remember, that's when we have two fractions with an equal sign between them, and it's a cross multiplication. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to make each triangle into a fraction. Now I'm going to go from red to blue. So here's my movement on the big one. I'm going to put it on top of the blue. So I have a fraction of x over 25. Now you should probably by now remember that whatever motion I do first, I got to follow that same one. So I'm going to put red on top of blue. Alright, so if you remember cross multiplication, we're just going to go x minus 10 and get 10x, and 6 times 25, we get 150, we divide by 10, and we'll have our x. And it doesn't get any simpler than that. That's the very basics on how you find it. Now let's go to a different. Now this is an interesting picture. This is a triangle inside a triangle. So basically they have this big triangle here, and they put a little corresponding triangle just inside it. So that's what you have. You still have two lefts, two bottoms, and two rights, just like we had on the previous one. There was a left we used and a hypo we used. So here's what I do. I'm going to recognize this red little triangle inside. So here's the left side that's provided. Remember, we go to pick its left side that's provided, and then I have a bottom side that's provided. Just like before, I have to use that same technique on the next triangle. So if I look at the left side of the big one, which is, this whole thing, that is this entire side. And then the bottom, we have a 15. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do once again, I'm going to do red on top of blue. So on my little one, I'm going to do a little curve in here and put 6 over top of x. Now, here is the hardest part of this type of picture. The left side of that big triangle is bigger than 6. It's also bigger than 4. So as you go down the side here, we pass a 6 and we pass a 4, and that means we got to make it 10. We got to put those two together. And then we do the nice little curve to put it on top of 15. Alright, so this is all we have left is to cross multiply. 6 times 15, 10 times x, and x will be 9. So let's see what you think of that.